What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have 5 Polish habits Americans wouldn't understand. Cultural differences. Before we jump into these habits, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and get there. But let's dive in.
Dzień dobry, cześć na load. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 Polish habits that I think, for the most part, Americans wouldn't really understand. So before this video gets started, I just want to say that most of these are really just generalizations, and they're not completely 100% true. So anyways, guys, let's just get started. So the first time I was walking around in Poland, I saw a babcha walking around with a plastic bag, and the plastic bag had an H&M logo on it. So I'm thinking, wow, this old lady is actually shopping at H&M. I was so shocked, but no. In reality, this lady is carrying around this plastic bag basically just to reuse it and to transport stuff from place to place. So I actually found this really interesting because I saw a lot of other people reusing bags, and then the first time I actually had to pay for a bag, I was shocked, and it's not something that we have to do here, but stores are now starting to implement that. Like Lidl is starting to do that, Aldi's is, I think, as well, and I hope Walmart does eventually, because honestly it's a really good thing that we should be doing, is basically just charging people for the bag, and this is going to incentivize people to basically just use more reusable bags, and this will be better for the environment. So yeah, and I think Polish people all in all are more resourceful due to like communist times, when they didn't have the options to everything before. They basically had to be creative about what they were doing, and because of this, I think it's made Polish people a lot more resourceful now, especially. All right, so the second one,
I guess I will say he has a good point. For the betterment of the environment, yes, if people had to start paying for bags, it would environmentally help the planet, because us Americans definitely at Walmart, yeah, you're not paying for bags, and you're not bringing your own bags. I don't ever really reuse bags. Once I get home, I either throw them away or I'll save some of them so I have a decent amount. But yeah, I never reuse. So yeah, this would be absolutely better. When I went to California, though, I went to San Diego, California, and I was absolutely shook when I had to pay like a nickel per bag, bro. And I was like, what you mean, huh? So I will say that one shook me, but I decided not to get too many bags, so it did help me. I was like, it can all fit in one bag. What else we got?
Is hardworking, and on average Polish people work 42.5 hours a week, compared to in the US that's 33.5 hours a week.
Really?
So yeah, this is
America?
quite different, and honestly I was shocked to see that the average amount of time worked a week is less than 40 hours in the US. Honestly, I thought that was more, especially with some of the jobs that I've worked at, especially in construction. In like the summertime, you're working over 40 hours a week guaranteed. So yeah, that was quite interesting to see. But yeah, Polish people work on average a lot more than Americans. Let me know your reasoning down below. Is it simply because they have to work so much simply to pay rent, or is it because they're working so much just to work so much? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm quite curious. All right, so the third one,
I think that one does absolutely stun me, because I feel like America gets a reputation or a stereotype of like not of having like a terrible work-life balance, and where like you're always putting work above everything, and like it's all about work and grind culture and all of that, like work till you die. And so that one does shock me, but on the other hand, I will say I know there's a lot of companies out there who would rather keep you to like 32 hours a week, because they can still put you as a part-time worker, instead of giving you that extra 8 hours and having to give you the benefits that a full-time worker would get here. They'd rather just keep you part-time at 32 hours. So that part, when I think about it, doesn't really shock me. But just the stereotype America gets for working itself to death, I can't believe 33 hours is the average.
One on this list is hospitality, and this is honestly my favorite. The first time I went over to Poland, I was greeted with the most amount of hospitality I've ever had in my life. And honestly, I was so shocked. It was like confusing because I walk into the door of my girlfriend's house and there's like drinks, food laid out all over the table. Everyone's there greeting me. It was kind of overwhelming for me, but at the same time, it just felt so nice, and it was just such a kind gesture to have and to feel, and it was just very amazing, very nice. But yeah, honestly, it really just sets the vibe. Every single time I go there, it just feels so nice and welcoming every single time I go. And I mean, I've felt hospitality in the US to some degree, but it is not even close to what I have felt in Poland. Definitely not even close. Like, people aren't all over you, welcoming you, you know, giving you drinks and stuff like that, making sure you feel welcome. It's not to the degree that Poland is, and because of that, it really sets Poland apart from the US. All right, so the next one on.
Because I was gonna be like, there's a lot of hospitality that goes on in the US. Like, people can be like very nice, but never been to Poland. He's been in both countries. He says and he did say there is hospitality in the US, but it is not to the degree that Poland offers hospitality, which I think again is truly something special. Again, shout out Poland.
On this list is being into nature, and yes, this is kind of generalizing, and there's lots of Americans that are into nature and things like that, but Polish people are really into foraging, like mushroom foraging and blueberries slash like berry foraging, currants, and you know, all of that stuff. And this is really not as popular as it is in Poland compared to as it is in the States. And seeing people into mushroom foraging and blueberry foraging honestly makes me think that this is probably stemmed from the communist era, when food was really on rations and people, you know, had to stand in line for food and they were only allowed a certain amount. I'm guessing that, you know, you could basically just go in the woods and find your food there, and in some cases that was probably easier. So I'm guessing it stemmed from that, but I'm not completely sure. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And yeah, this was definitely something that was really interesting to me, because I've never seen or met an American that's ever said, you know, they like to go mushroom foraging or blueberry foraging. I've just never really seen it. I know some people are definitely into that and stuff, but it's just not as popular as it is in Poland. All right, so the last one on
I'd say a lot of people would like go and like grow a garden of different types of like fruits or vegetables, and they like grow their food. But I ain't heard of nobody really want to go into the forest to like go foraging for food. That one's a new one to me. Like you said, you know, there's some Americans that do, but in general, I think for the most part, we not really in nature foraging like that. That's different. Poland, y'all different.
This list is sincerity, and honestly I feel like Poles are the #1 winners of this. So, you know, I feel like in America everyone has kind of like a poker face going on. You can never really tell truthfully under the surface people's emotions. You know, I feel like in the US everyone has this poker face of ha ha ha, I'm happy, everything's great all the time, I just got shot, I'm so happy, everything's great. And honestly it's kind of
he said I just got shot, I'm so happy, everything's great.
Ingrained in the language. Like, if you just ask someone, hey, how are you doing? Oh, good, how about you? And really you're not good, you know. So it's kind of a part of the language as much as it is our own, you know, culture, I guess. But now comparing this to Poland, this is much different. I mean, you can walk down the street and you're not going to have someone smiling at you and faking their happiness for you. Or, you know, if you meet someone and they're smiling, you know that they're actually happy, versus, you know, if they're frowning or they're upset, you actually know they're upset. So yeah, it's just definitely different than in the US. And I feel like it's really nice because it's way easier to read people in Poland than it is in the US. Like, you can just talk to someone and on the surface level they're doing great, they're so happy and all of this, but then like underneath the surface they're completely not. So yeah, it's just a big thing in the US compared to Poland, is that, you know, Polish people are way more sincere with how they actually feel towards you and just how they feel in general. So yeah, this was something that was really cool, honestly, and something I actually really love about Poland and Polish people. Alright guys, so that was 5 Polish habits that I think Americans wouldn't really understand, and it's just something that I really like about Poland and Polish people in general. So if you have any more, let me know in the comment section down below, or if there's any that you like about Americans, let me know in the comment section down below as well. And as always guys, I will see you in the next one. Dziękuję I do widzenia.
I feel like that list was definitely very respectable list. Yeah, when it comes to America, I do feel like we have that stereotype of like being insincere, being fake, and I do feel like a lot of us can, right? We can be going through like a lot of crap, but like smile on the surface. Um, and I feel like sometimes you just feel like I know me, like I hate when like people feel pity for me or people feel bad for me or people feel like I don't like it when people look at me and like feel bad for me or I guess it's because the way I grew up was really kind of I never really saw my dad show too much emotion like until I feel like later on he tell us he loved us, he show us all type of emotion, but when it comes to like problems that he faced, I can't recall any problems like my dad faced growing up because I never just saw him express it. I never saw any of those emotions come out. Like if you would ask me, I would have said everything's good. He's good. No idea what he if he I still to this day don't know how much of a struggle that he went through raising all of us kids. But I know he had to struggle. Like I know everything wasn't always easy. I know there wasn't always plenty of money. I just didn't know at the time. So yeah, now like yeah, I go through stuff, but I just don't show it on my face. I will always smile and I will always be positive. But that's just like kind of the. It's not me trying to fool you, but that's kind of the way I look at life in a way. And then also, I just don't want you to feel bad for me. So y'all tell me how y'all feel in the comment section. Talk to me. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.